Hello, sports fans. This is the Bookmaker Podcast with Art Eftekhari, a.k.a. Mr. Bookmaker, your source for the sports betting industry 24/7. Sit back, relax, and listen as Mr. Bookmaker highlights what's happening right now in the world of sports. So, without further ado, here's your host, Art Eftekhari.
Hey, what's up, sports fans? Welcome back to another edition of the Bookmaker Podcast. I'm your host, Art Eftekhari. Glad you can join us. Before we get started, you know the deal. Get to our website as soon as you can. You know the address, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. We got the links to all the best European, Asian, and United States friendly bookmaker sites, and our bookmaker guide is available for you to download, so hurry up and download it. Before we get to our A to Z sports betting lingo, make sure you check out our blogs that are available. Patrick is the master at American sports, and Dan, of course, knows all about cricket. So show them some support. Dan and Patrick are working hard. And also, make sure you check out the Mr. Bookmaker football blog, or soccer, depending on where you are in the world. All right, it's time for our A to Z sports betting lingo. And what is our word for today? It is push. Now, what is a push? Well, it's when an event or race ends with no winner or loser for wagering purposes, also known as a jerk, draw, or tie. Okay, obviously I know those terms draw or tie, but jerk, all right, well, I'll just leave it at that. Don't have anything clever to say with that. All right, to get things started off, I am at one of my favorite online bookies, that is William Hill. You know the address, www.williamhill.com. And we're getting started off with the English Premier League. Look for the hashtag YourOdds. Let's see what I got here. How about the first one? With 11-8 odds, Cardiff to gain under 25 English Premier League points for the 2018-19 EPL season. You know, that right there, of course, already makes me upset. I mean, how many weeks are we into the season? 6, right? Cardiff, my team. For those of you who've been listening to the Bookmaker Podcast, by now you should know that I'm a big fan of Cardiff City. 4 losses, only 2 points. They now occupy one of the 3 relegation spots. You got Newcastle United in 18th, Cardiff 19th, Huddersfield Town 20th. Ouch, that hurts. And of course, I can only shake my head because the owner of the Cardiff City Football Club, Vincent Tan, did not want to spend much money during the offseason. So, wonderful. Now for the next one. Liverpool to be unbeaten at home in the Premier League for this 2018-2019 season. 5-2 odds for that one. Going back to the relegation zone again, Huddersfield, Newcastle, and Cardiff all to be relegated. 6-1 odds for that one. I know, of course, I'm not happy with Cardiff right now, but it is a long season, so we got to wait and see what happens. How about Liverpool to score in every Premier League match this season? 7-1 odds for that one. I think that sounds like an interesting one. What about Wolves to win the Premier League by the 2023-2024 season? 20-1 odds for that one. I think a lot of people are finding that one interesting. What about Liverpool to win the Premier League and go unbeaten in the Premier League? 25-1 odds on that one. Those of you Liverpool fans out there, come on, you know the deal. Maybe you should give this one a try, because either way, you will never walk alone. What about Liverpool to win all 6 UEFA Champions League group matches and be unbeaten in the English Premier League at home for this season? 25-1 odds as well. Some really good Liverpool ones here. And the other one I will share here, West Ham United to finish 7th in this edition of the English Premier League. 33-1 odds on that one. All right, I am still at William Hill, and the next wagers I want to share, this involves Chelsea trophy multiples for 2018-2019. If you think Chelsea will not win any trophies this season, 4-9 odds there. Okay, how about FA Cup and Europa League? 18-1. I think that's one worth taking. Europa League and League Cup, 28-1. What do you think it's going to be the Premier League? How about the Premier League and Europa League, 33-1, getting interesting. Or you also have FA Cup and League Cup, 40-1. I'm not sure how exciting that would be for Chelsea fans to win those 2 tournaments, but oh well. Or you can place a wager on Chelsea winning the Premier League and the FA Cup, 50-1. One more I'll share here with 1,000-1 odds. Chelsea to win the Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, and Europa League. That would be quite a quadruple for them to win. As you know, Chelsea will not be participating in this year's edition of UEFA Champions League, but I'm sure they'll be back there probably in the next edition. And before we continue, make sure you get to our website as soon as you can. You know the address, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. Like I've said before, we have tips on how to register, bet, and withdraw, and our bookmaker guide is available for you to download. The bottom line is, I want you to become an expert on this entire online betting process, so do that as soon as you can. All right, continuing on now, still at William Hill, and for you Arsenal fans out there, let's check out Arsenal trophy multiples for 2018-2019. Okay, now, which tournaments will Arsenal be playing in, or which competitions? Well, of course, aside from the Premier League, there's also the FA Cup, League Cup, and Europa League. So the odds for Arsenal to do the amazing quadruple, winning the Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, and Europa League, 2,000 to 1. Okay, that would be quite a season. You know, I really can't see Arsenal winning, that many trophies. I mean, I definitely do not see them winning the Premier League. How about Premier League, FA Cup, and League Cup? 1,500 to 1. That would be a very impressive triple. I mean, any kind of wager here with Arsenal winning the Premier League would just be amazing. All right, so maybe I should move away from those a bit. What about Arsenal winning Europa League, FA Cup, and League Cup? 300 to 1. I must say, that sounds possible. Europa League doesn't have the top-notch teams in Europe. Arsenal could take that. And when it comes to the FA Cup or League Cup, of course teams like Arsenal or some of the middle-of-the-pack EPL teams, they could definitely win those. What about just a double in FA Cup and League Cup? 40 to 1 odds. So get to William Hill as soon as you can. Have some fun with the English Premier League bets. Like I said earlier, look for the hashtag YourOdds. And that address, of course, www.williamhill.com. All right, now, for my next wagers, I am at Paddy Power. That's www.paddypower.com. Let's see what Brexit specials we have and also political specials we have. First one, deal or no deal. A withdrawal agreement to be approved by the Council of the European Union and United Kingdom Parliament before the 30th of March 2019. If you choose yes, 4 to 7. If you choose no, 5 to 4. Now, of course, these next ones here, the Brexit specials, a lot of you are probably familiar with. How about with the first one, 1 to 4 odds? Theresa May still to be Prime Minister on April 1st, 2019. Next, with 5 to 6 odds, the United Kingdom to apply to rejoin the European Union by 2027. Got a long time before then, but remember, if you got a membership at Paddy Power, they'll be keeping track of all your bets that you place. Next one with 2 to 1 odds. Another EU in and out referendum before the end of 2019. I like these. Last but not least, 5 to 2 odds. 2 or more different prime ministers to be involved in the United Kingdom's Brexit negotiations before April 1st, 2019. Okay, so those were the Brexit specials. And now I'll close this out with some Irish politics. Now this one involves the Irish presidential election for 2018 outright. Who are the possible candidates to win? Looks like the favorite here with 1 to 12 odds, Michael D. Higgins. After him, you got Sean Gallagher, 10 to 1, Gavin Duffy, 14 to 1, Liadni Riata with 20 to 1 odds, Joan Freeman, 25 to 1, and one more I'm showing here, Peter Casey, 50 to 1. So if you're interested in the Brexit special wagers and Irish politics, get to Paddy Power as soon as you can. That's www.paddypower.com. And with that, everybody, it is time to wrap up this edition of the Bookmaker Podcast. Really do appreciate the support. Like I said earlier, get to our website as soon as you can, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. Remember, we got the links to all the best European, Asian, and United States-friendly bookmaker sites. So get to our website as soon as you can. Make sure you check out Dan's cricket blog and Patrick's American sports blog. And of course, do not forget to check out the Mr. Bookmaker football blog, or soccer, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you everybody for listening. We'll see you next time.
This has been the Bookmaker Podcast with Art Eftekhari, a.k.a. Mr. Bookmaker. Thanks for listening. If you haven't already, please show some love by subscribing to this podcast on iTunes or Stitcher. Till next time, this is Mr. Bookmaker over and out.